So for the past decade, the big brands that have been grabbing the headlines here at Fast Company have been brands like Allbirds and Everlane and Away and Glossier. And these brands were just so exciting to millennials. They created products that millennials just really loved. Their big idea was that they were going to cut out the middleman, which means that they were not going to sell in retailers and department stores and boutiques. And instead, they were going to connect with consumers like us directly by selling through the website. Now, the good thing about this is that they could charge less because they weren't having to pay retailers to sell their products. And so they could sell high quality products at lower prices, and they could build a relationship directly with us. One of the things that these businesses did was that they got large amounts of venture capital funding, which made sense because investors thought that these were really exciting new businesses that had the potential to take over the big businesses of the past. So over time, it turned out that it was really, really hard for these brands to make a profit. They were just taking all of this money and they were growing very quickly and selling lots of products, but the cost of marketing their products to the public was so expensive that very few of them became profitable. As I'm talking to entrepreneurs and founders of startups today, a lot of them are really thinking that they don't want to follow this model that has been the norm for the past decade, and they actually want to chart an entirely new path. Thinking about brands like La Roude, which makes really cool high heels and was founded during the pandemic, or Mega Babe, a beauty brand, or Gooselings, which makes bed sheets for children. All of these founders said that they didn't really want to get VC funding. Instead, they have self-funded their businesses and are focused on growing slowly but profitably. A lot of the time, retailers like Nordstrom and Target have enormous advertising campaigns and may include your brand in those campaigns. So there are really important advantages to working with retailers. So chasing growth without profitability ends up not being a very good business strategy. Even a brand like Lululemon, it grew very slowly at the beginning, and over time, it's managed to get an enormous scale, and it's a business that is doing well. It has healthy financials. So I think that the direct-to-consumer brands pioneered this interesting new way of doing business, which is to have a relationship directly with the customer. And I think that isn't going away. I think any brand that pops up now needs to have an intimate relationship with us as the consumer. But I think that in terms of getting lots of funding and in terms of selling products in stores, the era of the original DTC brands is over. I think that now any brand that's popping up wants to sell their product everywhere, and they want to grow slowly and sustainably. Thank you for joining me today on Fast News. Please like and subscribe, and tell me what you think. Do you think that the era of DTC brands is over? Is it going through some sort of evolution? Share your thoughts in the comment section below.